We want to make like a good product to help, of course, help everyone to understand the content, like the content creators have been creating, and also it should also deepen the connection between all the creators and also all the audiences. I'm Chao. I'm the CEO and also the co-founder of Copus. So I have a background of being a producer and also a musician. I write music and I also produce sound for animation and films and stuff. And actually, all of our team members, including our founder and also CEO Handor, he's a film director. So we all have those creative backgrounds. And the reason why we are trying to found like Fractopus and Copus is because as a creator myself, I also found like very like new or grassroots content creators. Their contents are very hard to be found, and also their actual output, or I could see their even like their music and stuff. They don't even have the rights to distribute them by themselves, or like their music cannot even be showed under their own websites because their ownership has been already sold to other platforms and stuff. That's why we come up with the kind of you could say vision or like the founding vision of Copus is we want to make like a good product to help, of course, help everyone to understand the content, like the content creators have been creating, and also it should also deepen the connection between all the creators and also the all the audiences. And that's why these are the two like core belief that it drove the creation of the Copus and also our protocol Fractopus behind it. Just like what I said, the ownership is a big part. But if we go from like a more specific problem to solution kind of point of view, there are main like three problems we have seen. One is we all know the information cocoons. It's like every platform has been gatekeeping their own content. For example, many crypto people are very active on Twitter, but if you're on YouTube, you can get very limited like information or uh, even like days behind of information. And the second one usually come alongside with the first one is the algorithm bias. So like it's either search engine or even like search function from any platform. It is pretty biased. You need to hit like specific requirements. For example, if you're on like Twitter, the reply is takes a higher weight than likes in like certain Twitters. So it's like very various for all the content creators to get their true like reaction. And also it's hard for the content users to find like the actual content they want to see. Like we all use like Twitter before. YouTube is a bit better, but Twitter is really not like good for it. And the last thing is like you might be thinking, okay, so it's an AI age right now, right? It's AI. I can just ask a question and it can just answer. Well, the thing that's the way that we discover different content is not always by asking question and answer the question. Sometimes you don't even know which question you want to ask. You don't know the keywords to search. You just know like a very draft idea. And also by AI, each search can create totally different answers. I mean, like there could be a lot of variations on depending on how do you construct your questions. And also like the ask and answer thing is not very it's not like very straightforward thing for you especially for like us of like content creators to no matter do our research or like for our users to actually discover us. So we think that AI is lacking of human's touch, and also the way of asking and answering this kind of AI is not very suitable for content discovery. And that's why like our goal is to have first, in order to get rid of the information cocoon, we want to be more open. We are open source, and everyone can basically just can either contribute to the whole like code system, or they can make their own versions of how they could use the Copus and also Fractopus. The second thing is like we are not based on like we do have our own platform, but we are not limiting ourselves on our platform because we have a browser extension which allows users to link any link to a specific page. So they can they can create connections between any URLs and URIs. And that's the first thing we're doing is like an open and interconnected network for content. And what's more important is, yes, we do use AI to make like initial recommendations, but the links remains on the page will only be like human verified and human centric content that everyone has been browsing from the community. So a whole like concept or like the core concept, it's a community driven internet discovery. The community of course represents for real people, a real human. So basically we allow each website to be recommended or like to have like a list of related websites. And the list itself is curated by both like human actual creators. They click on it, they vote for it, and it's like saying like any like YouTube videos you like it, you're voting for it, and also the AI to help curating them, to help it more organized and help them making initial connections if they don't, just like what I said, if most of the us don't even know what to look at. And on the platform side, so we have like a Copus, our own platform, which every users can go and see like how their connections have been made. I mean, throughout their browsing history, especially with their Copus extension, they can track their if they're doing like personal research about certain topics, you can track their history in a visual graphic, so they can easily trace like where to start and where to end, and how they are connected with all the content that they have been discovered and viewed. And yes, and all I go talk about some different as a conclusion of the difference between a traditional platform is, yes, we can do this platform less, like on any website, no matter if it's a personal blog, no matter if it's like a tweet, if it's like a tweet, or if it's like a YouTube video, you can use it everywhere. So there's no platform, there's no like information cocoons. And the difference between search engines is we don't have those very biased algorithm. It's all proved by actual human. You will see what if you visit a certain page, it already has links. That's the record of the other people's recognition between this certain page and other links, and it's all proved by human. And of course, the third point is the AI only solutions is you don't even need to ask any questions. You can see other people links, or the AI will automatically do initial links for you. So it's a very seamless browsing. It's just like need to do one click and it will show all the related content. And yes, that's what we're making it. Fiction is a very interesting topic because all the like fan fictions or like secondary IP created content are in kind of like a gray area. We have like AO3, the very big non-for-profit platform that you can publish all your writings, and we have some other like for like image uploading websites like Pixiv. It's just pretty everywhere, and people even post like their own like secondary creations on Twitter, and even like on YouTube they make like fan videos for certain animation and stuff, right? But the hard thing is like how they're gonna discover it, right? How they are going to find those contents among all these different platforms. Uh, like that's one of our users, which that's one of the points which our users like is they can use just one way. They can use one platform. They can use like one browser extension to discover all this kind of different content. And another one is we are open source and also decentralized. Basically, like all of our content are on chain. So a lot of fan fictions and especially any like secondary IP created content are they're usually like in a very dangerous situation because they can get taken down very easily by like platforms. But through us, it's their own content. They store it on chain, and it's all decentralized. It's even open source, so they can permanently store it. no one can take them down. It's on chain, just like what I said. It's very safe for them. And another thing is like with the combination of safely store and also safe purchase, because a lot of fans will just doing donations and other stuff to their favorite content writers. And if you're on like Patreon and stuff, you can do it, but just like what I said, you can still get in troubles with the legal stuff. But through us, we provide a decentralized way to do the decentralized payments, and it's safer for both content creator and also the fan fiction lovers themselves. So those are the three main points that we solve what's the specific users group need, and that's how we make our own like product market fits recently. So previously we have been raising like an angel round. It's our lead investor is AO Ventures, because they are our we're basically using AO for like storing all the content previously, and they have like their ecosystem fund to support us. We also raised a we also did a fundraise with CDAO, which is like a Chinese content DAO, and we have very good fit. And I think fundraising, and to be honest, is very good for starting, and even before you figuring out your actual product market fit, because it's a very early stage and nobody can guarantee any product market fit. So it's very good for you to build like an MVP and then go out to reach those ecosystem and also like funds with lots of resources that they can actually help you uh, find like find like a certain users to try to test like who is your best product market fit. And since then, I think because I think we're quite different with many other projects, especially in Web3 projects, that we actually have ways to be self-sustainable. And actually, most of our users are coming from the Web2 side. So we are very different. So that's why we are more confident about doing self-sustain, just like what I said. Our users are willing to pay the content creators. They actually ask us, when are you going to let us to pay our content creators? And content creators have been keep asking. So we are not very in the high pressure of finding ourselves to be self-sustained. So it gives us a little bit more relief on doing our fundraising for next round. And that's what we're being that's basically, I think it's very different because pretty different from other projects as we know. And also we have let me pull out the actual numbers, because I've been taking a look at the numbers we've been achieved. So right now we have around 4,000 registered users, but our monthly visits is around like 30,000. And before April, we only had like 1.8K users and only like 1.5K monthly visits. So we have way more monthly visits after we found our product market fit. Right now we have more than 600 creators. They all publish at least one pieces of content. They're not only just registered users, they're actual creators. And we have in total 3.6 thousand works has been published, and there are 21,000 connections in between them. So each post at least have around 6 to 7 different connections. So our idea of connecting the contents between each other have been already proved that everyone really needed actually as a creator's mind, and also as a fan of the creators. They would love to figure out what's the connections between different content posted by different creators, and even like in different platforms. Yes, that's the milestones we have achieved. Zero G is kind of like a very uh, I would say it comes in with us in a very good timing, because we right now with zero G we can store like bigger like files. We can store photos, even like in videos. And zero G also provide us like a secondary way, because we are open source, like because all of our users want to in case in one day that their probably like their content has been forced by the legal issue, their content might be like hidden, or they have to take them down by themselves. But with like 0G, they can have like a I would say like a permanent storage or like a memory of their all of their content, so they can be very straightforward access to it, and they can download it. And even with like higher files, it's all like supportive. And also like all the connections between links. Right now, we are also using 0G to mark down the connections. So not only they have retrieved their own content created, but with all the links and all the stuff, they have been all the creators can download it if something in case just happened. And as as we're also like an open source, so the users are feel free to build their own versions of their own personal like knowledge library using like by the infrastructure provided by 0G. In future, like 0G is all for large language models, and in the future, we have just like what I mentioned, we have like a huge part of the content discovery, initial content discovery powered by AI. We want to do that with 0G because there's nowhere else better to do it, especially as a Web3 perspective. And what is more important is like we want to see if we can do more computation on chain instead of using the server we have currently at, because this will bring us more decentralized, and they will be also for sure like bring more trust between our users and us, because everything will be more transparent instead. So the one thing that we actually learned, uh, I think it's the most important for us is because we are a very small team, um, and we have like very limited um, kind of like energy to do a lot of things because we want to achieve this like I think it's very important and it takes longer time to do. And the important thing we learn from OnePiece is actually also make us determine more to let ourselves to be more self-sustainable than to fully chase on the fundraising stuff, because I know many founders like us, we are very good at building product, we have very cool product, but we might not be the best person to who fully commit our whole energy and time to do the fundraising, because that part is very time consuming. And also I get zero G with OnePiece gave us the confidence. I say if our product is good enough, if we have found a true user base, especially for product market fit, you should have the confidence of doing turn to self-sustainable, because this will also definitely give you like a if you ever want to do fundraise again, it will give you a lot of time and also lots of I mean, it's just basically provides you a way more confidence to when you're talking about certain details with certain investors, because like you can literally do it with the current stuff you have and with the current user base you have, and that's the most valuable lesson we have learned from OnePiece. Because previously we were like trying to explore lots of like field. Actually, we tried a bit in Web3, and then as we all know, like Web3 has a largest community in Twitter or like X, and we also tried like AI content creators, and they also ship lots of platforms, and then um, we have locked down into these fan fictions is because like the in, throughout the whole throughout kind of like throughout the whole mentorship with OnePiece, we've been told we really need to do very grounded because we are content creators, right? We are content creators from Web2, from traditional, I would say like traditional content creation industry. We should reach out to more the people we know, or like the people more like us. No matter if they're Web2 or Web3, we shouldn't be only limiting us to Web3, even though our infrastructure is built on decentralized technology or like Web3. And we're using AI doesn't mean we only need to reach out to AI content creators or like the AI lovers, because everyone will need AI, no matter if it's like text like question based AI chatbots or like discovery tools like us. So it helps us to be more like open minded to like the users that we have been getting in touch with. And yes, and that's how like this supported us to achieve the product market fit. And also, of course, we have expanded our user base since then. Now we have been taken off with the fan fiction writers, and we will even grow and also more empower the community we have. And what we call is like their weavers, because they are creating the content. Meanwhile, they are also connecting the content between like each others. So they are kind of like weaving the web. And by that, so we will introduce like one of our token. It's called like web token. We call because those are like web weavers, and we will reward those viewers which provides valuable content and also creates, of course, valuable content into the whole network. We will reward them, and also we will launch an advertisement system because, like what I said, we are like a content, we're like a browser extension, but it can be used on any website. So it's a perfect way of doing advertisement. And we're going to introduce like a new way of advertisement because previously the advertisement company will just basically they collect the money all together and then distribute them separately. But since then, as we're making a new model, the advertisers will directly pay the page owner and also the web weavers for connecting their content together. And this is a more direct way that we are never seeing in any platform or like even from those big companies. So we're pretty confident that we'll bring a lot of real benefits to our web weavers. And also, just like what I said, we're looking forward to 0G's launching LLM and also their updated like better storage, so we can store more, we can link more, we can use even AI fully on chain. Whole like digital content, because a trend we have been seeing from the past, I mean from the actual purchases and buys, like from Amazon to those individual websites which created a lot of famous brand. We believe for content creators it's the same thing, because right now people used to be fully on like Twitter used to be fully on YouTube because their main income a source of income. But in the future, we will see like more individual websites and new individuals people's mind. Like people has right now writing like their own like newsletters, and people have been making their own blog, making their own websites, and lots of and more people are actually willing to pay content in order to compared to previously, they are only willing to watch the content and then watch the ads. So the advertisement will pay the content creators. We think it's just like what I say, it's a very indirect way, and we're trying to change it. And right now, they have way more willing to pay for content directly because they have all the fans right now and all the users have been really like have really value think that the content itself is valuable enough for them to do the purchase. So I think it's a very good timing for us to diving in and also like to fully committed to the digital content creators. And also as a decentralized platform, we're gonna treat them better because we're not like centralized platform which can take down the content no matter how. We can take down the income, we can take down the content. No, that's not what we can do because we're decentralized and open source. And also the decentralized or like crypto payment have provided everyone a safer way. In many places in the world, they have regulations about certain content and payments. So it provides like a better and safer way for both creators and also the content consumers. The first one is it's kind of it's not cliche to say, but it's focus on your real value. Because like what I said, I think right now, as we have the confidence of we can turn self-sustainable, is because we are truly focusing on the real value on a because we are the content creators and we know what they want, and we are also content consumers, so we also know what they want. We just need to focus on our real value, and it's easier to find product market fit than to find investors sometimes if you're coming from this background. And also there's lots of actual pain points which inside of Web 2 that can only solve by Web 3. Just like what I said, decentralized storage, decentralized payment for certain content. And this kind of area is actually not lots of people are touching it, because many of us are focusing on DeFi or like meme coin stuff, which is more direct. But there are lots of existing pain points which you can fully like discover. And also, I think the community is the key, especially for a project like us. You need your users to be more active. You need your user to actually provide valuable content and connections. So you need to, I would say, like first, do not give them any incentivization. Do not incentivize them, and just basically test if your product itself can can like solve their pain points, right? If they do, they already have they're already like retaining. They're already like you're kind of already rewarding them, and you will only give them like give them reward if you want extra, if you want like to do more collaboration, if you want to like focus like a stronger group, or if you want to spend yourself and you want your existing users to advertise for you. That's what I would say. Just really use your own product to satisfy them, to make them willing to pay first. If you have confidence of they will like to pay to use you, I think it will be a lot easier than to try to solve out your token price and stuff. And also for all the AI like startups, I want to say there are more than one way to use AI. And chatbot is very good. I love to use chatbots, but they should not, and they cannot be the only way. And also you need to solve like I would say like a sustainable way, because as Web3 projects, we all know we do token launch on, we all know do our airdrops, but you have to do it sustainably. You have to actually make your community realize your next uh, reward, or your next incentivized is will always be more valuable while your community and or like while your products itself has been keep growing. And also don't forget to of course reward your most loyal product market fit users, and they are the best users. They promoted you with alongside with your marketing team from literally 0 to 1, and don't forget them and don't let them disappointed. And I will also say, like, as a decentralized project, more openness is usually like our difference between all those like Web 2 giants, right? We are very open. We're like very open on, for example, we are open source even, and we are very open on our development. We do like weekly reports to all of our users, so the users will see like a summarized version of our weekly meetings. And I would just say like prioritize the openness. Let your users and let your fan base know that you have been keep building, and let them know what you have been achieved is also a very good. It's also like a very good thing to have, because some of the early stage users will even like regard their own content or like the whole platform as their own child in some part, because they have spent countless time on it. They have provided very good content or provided very good attention to it. So they will be very happy for you. Just like me and my parents, right? If I don't call them every week, they'll be like very worried about me. Okay, so it's the same issue.